Everybody now will be a scientist, and I need you to help me think of an experiment to prove the concept I'm going to say. After sitting back and listening to talk for like 45 minutes, let's do some exercise together to refresh a bit. Please lift up your right hand and use your force. Do you feel your muscle is contracting? Do you feel your bicep is bulging out? And what's the cellular and molecular mechanism behind muscle contraction? It is indeed carried out by two subtle proteins, namely myosin and actin filament. Think of myosin is like a little child, and he has two little hands, and actin filament is like a long rope. The child is actively pulling the ropes towards itself, so the distance between the child and the end of the rope will be shortened. It is what exactly happens during the muscle contraction. Our muscle is shortening to pull our arms towards ourselves. I'm sure a child will not do the homework by himself unless he's being chased after by monster parents or teacher. Sorry, monster parents and teacher. Or perhaps he has some rewardings. The myosin will make use of the chemical energy stored inside the ATP to transform it into the kinetic energy to pull the rope. That means the actin filament towards itself. And when a lot of the myosin and actin filament working together at the same time in a choreographed way, you produce such a great force for an adult to lift up a heavy object from the ground, or for an ant to lift up an object as heavy as 50 times its own body weight. So I've left you a couple minutes to think of an experiment. Have you thought about it? Scientists put this idea in a very elegant way. Scientist is the teacher. He stands on the top of the school and look down to the playground. He sees those children are playing around and messing around. And one day he asked the children, stop playing, just lie on the ground and with your face look to the sky. And then the teacher gave them the rope. Of course, from the top of the school, he can't see how the individual student behave or how they look like. What he can see is just the long rope that is held by so many students. And then he gives them some rewarding in the form of ATP. So the students start pulling the rope. So from the top of the school, the rope is like a snake, just gliding and swimming all around on the playground. Same things happen inside the laboratory. Scientists probe the actin filament with a special kind of fluorescent dye, and then put onto the glass plate that are coated with numerous tiny myosin. And then they added some rewarding ATP to it. And then under the microscope, in the complete darkness, you can see a shiny snake of actin filament swimming on the microscope. Isn't that experiment spectacular? Indeed, Newton put it, he didn't make any great discovery. What he did is just walking randomly on the beach and picking up beautiful shell. I'm sure everybody will find his way to get a beautiful shell. Thank you very much.